So,
Yeah.
were you able to get into my office?
Yeah.
I think so too.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Like creative thinker and creative activist. So we have met almost like 50 people from many different countries.
Really? How long have you been doing this?
Almost 2 years.
Really?
So back and forth we
You're
travel
going around the world
for together.
Really? It's amazing. Well, this is not Korean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
this
that is
Korean.
not.
Is that
This
in Korean?
is not.
That is
That is
English.
except
No.
is all Korean.
This one.
Oh, these
too.
are-
Yes, yeah.
All of them are in Korean.
Oh. Oh, so I can have these?
Sure. Yeah. If you don't have a copy of Korean,
All right, thank you.
Really?
you're welcome. You don't have it, so there.
Oh, that's wonderful. I've never seen
Oh
that.
really? There must be some underlined here, but you can.
No, I'd be happy to have it.
And there's some more photos here too.
Oh, I'm very happy to have this, and my children will be happy to
Oh
see
yeah,
this.
sure.
This is my son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Jeff, right? Jeff?
yes, Jeff
Chomsky too.
and the chums. Well, this has been very inspiring for me to
Really?
see you people together, traveling together, going around the world. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Really,
We want to meet the great person like you.
Great human
Yeah,
beings.
human being. And
If there's any valuable values that we have to live by and keep in mind in entire life.
So ultimately, justice has to do with human relations, with people treating one another as equals, and justice, has many different aspects. There is the justice that I just spoke about, which is the justice of courts and prisons and what they call the judicial system, and where justice may not exist, even though they call it justice, you see. It's interesting that in the United States, the judges are called justices, the justices of the Supreme Court.
Right.
But the justices of the Supreme Court may not give out justice, you see. But that is one form of justice. Then there is economic justice. And within economic justice means that all people will have the same access to all the necessities of life. For instance, this is the year that we have celebrated, this past year, we have celebrated the Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
Exactly.
Now, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights defines justice and defines specifically economic justice. And the Universal Declaration says every human being has the right to food, housing, medical care, education, all these things. That's economic justice. That's social justice. And so I think we have to think of justice, in many different ways. The justice of the law and of the legal arrangements, the justice of economic arrangements, and there's also a political justice, which has to do with democracy and people having a right to decide their own fate. And there, too, democracy is not just a matter of having a formal structure, of having voting and a legislature. You can have voting and you can have a legislature, and you'll still not have political justice.
Right.
So political justice, requires that everybody have a voice in their own lives and in the policies of the country. I would place near the top of my list of values kindness.
wow.
Kindness. being nice to other people.
Right.
Okay. Nice to
Being
people.
nice to other
Yeah.
people. Being generous
Generous.
and warm-hearted.
Well, yeah.
Warm-hearted.
You know, generosity.
Generosity.
If I have more than you and you need something, I must be generous.
Mhm.
You know, through kindness, generosity, niceness, sensitivity towards other people,
Wow.
thinking about other people, looking at the world through their eyes.
Yeah.
And because sometimes you may say, well, this is the way I see it, you
Yeah.
see. But
Can
you have to think,
understand.
how does this person see
Yeah.
it? And I may think, I'm doing the right thing. But this person, this other person, doesn't see it that way. And I may say, I'm not doing anything to hurt this person.
Uh-huh.
But this person feels hurt.
Yeah.
And so you have to think, no, not only, what I believe,
Uh-huh.
I have to look through this person's mind, this person's heart, this person's sensibility. I think this is part of being human, having empathy towards with other people, sympathy with other people, And hope is very important, of course, because without hope, you do not have the will, the energy to live or to do anything good. You have surrendered your energy, surrendered your will, surrendered your life. And it is very easy to understand why people don't have hope. Because you look around at the world, terrible things are going on. And we all know this. We talk to people who don't have hope because they see wars going on. They see people being treated badly, and it's very easy to lose hope. But I think that a sense of history is a very important thing to have. Because if you have a sense of history, you know that there have been times in the past, many times, when people have lost hope, and then they discovered that change can take place. And in the United States, you might say black people for a long time had no hope. Everything was the same. Nothing changed for them. But there were a few people who had hope, and they began to act.
Right.
And when they acted, that spread to other people. And soon they could see the possibility of hope. So hope is very important, because if you have hope, you will act, you will move, you will engage with people. And if you don't have hope, well, you are allowing the world to go on exactly as it has been. And we don't want that. We want a new world.